Good to go. Okay, doke. So this is kind of photography, kind of not. So it isn't necessarily 100% fit into the photography theme of it, but I started taking these classes, and from several people I was having conversations with, it seemed like there was a lot of interest in it. So this is the Hooray for Being Old. If you're over 60, you can get free classes. For those of you that are under 60, you have to keep on paying. So yep. So it's called lifelong learning. So some of you may have heard of OLLI. So that's the adult education, and you pay for it. This is completely free. So it's called lifelong learning, Florida resident and 60 years old or older. You have to be able to show proof. So your ID has to be issued 12 months before the first day of the class. So basically you have to be 61 when the class is starting, and you have to have lived here for 12 months. Other than that, there's not really any requirements. Free classes, you can take as many as you like. It's not a degree program. You don't officially get grades in the system, so they'll grade you as you go on, but you don't officially get grades with it. Technically, you're auditing the class. You can sign up for as many classes as you want. When I was talking to the guy at admissions, I said, so I can sign up for 10 classes. He said, it's free. You can sign up for as many classes as you want to. So there's no limit on the number of classes. You could take photography classes if you want to. We're going to go through that in a little bit. You could take a history class if you want to. I'm also taking a medical terminology class because I want to learn some stuff about that. But classes in any, you could take an accounting class, anything you're interested in, you can take classes. If you take anything that's in either photography, design, art, or art history, you get free Adobe suite. So it's the full suite, including Photoshop, Lightroom, all that stuff. It also includes access to a bunch of stuff I haven't played with yet. So there's an Adobe suite of their own images, full access to all of that. They give you free cloud access. So it's the full package of everything. And Jerry's agreed. So I have a bunch of other handouts, and we're going to post those out there as well so you can see the whole program of what's included. If you've already paid for annual Adobe, you have to wait until it runs out. So you can't cancel halfway. Like if you just signed up last month, you stuck for 11 months. So you can't cancel what you have. But if you do it a monthly, you can drop that anytime you want to, and then just start this up for free. As long as you have a student ID, it's free. Once you sign up for a class, your student ID is active for 3. So if you took a class and then skipped 2 semesters, you still have your ID. You basically take one class, skip 2 semesters, take another class. So every 3rd semester, you'd have to take a class to keep your ID active. Campus events. So there is more stuff than you can even keep up with here. So tons of stuff. They're giving presentations. So whether it's the health group talking about nutrition and microbiome, they bring in artists from Peru that are putting up a whole art display and talking about their artwork. There's a guy from the Obama administration coming in, I think this week, talking about energy strategy. So if you think of a topic, somebody's doing a presentation in one of the schools, and it's going on. You wouldn't have enough time to go to all the stuff. So there's stuff going on all the time with that, with the presentations. Social events, so they have a ton of stuff. They have trivia night. They have block parties, where it's just music and stuff to go to. Artist exhibits. So they also have an organic farm there where you can go out, and the guy who runs the farm will talk to you about how to do organic gardening at your own home. If you want to work out there and learn more, you can too. So it's a huge campus and a ton of stuff as far as presentations go. Access to amenities. So as a student, you have access to the library, which is beautiful. It's 4 stories tall and has a lot of stuff in it. Medical facility. So if you want to get blood tests done or stuff like that, a lot less expensive than you'd pay. So they don't accept insurance, but this would be if you wanted to do something like traveling to Brazil and you want to get some shots before you go, it's going to certainly be cheaper here than it would be anywhere else. Fitness center, huge. They just poured a bunch of $1 million into that. It's 4 stories. There's classes going on all the time. As a member of that, you get access to the full Olympic-sized swimming pool. There's another pool. It's just a lounge-around pool, but just tons of stuff in there. Inside the fitness facility also, they have an evaluation area. So you can go in and get something as simple as blood test done. You can do body fat composition and fat analysis. So they do all sorts of stuff in there. As a free student, it's $60 per semester to get access to the gym. What other stuff up there? Nutritional counseling, that's free. You can sign up for that. And just a gorgeous campus. So 1,300 square acre campus with hiking trails all over. There's, like I mentioned, pools. There's a lake that they have boats and you can just go catch and release fishing for free. So they have the boats, they have the equipment, you just go check it out and go fishing over there if you want to. They also have boats. Actually, I think I have that down here. So student discounts. The first day of class, I already got a message where it's like, annual passes for the Jags, student discount price. So it's a lot cheaper than you'd be able to get it otherwise. Wall Street Journal. So there's tons of stuff happening. It's like Wall Street Journal, free access, which I think is actually quite expensive if you want to pay for it, but as a student, it's just free. And then the boats that I mentioned, they have a whole section in there. It's like, if you want to rent a kayak to go on your own trip for the weekend, it costs next to nothing. So super inexpensive and you rent. So there's just completely separate from the free classes. There's tons of amenities that you can take access to. So expenses. The classes, so you have one day. Classes start on a Monday, the Friday previous, and I have the schedule coming up later. Friday previous to that Monday is the one day that you can register for free. If you sign up for classes before that day, you pay. If you go in and you change something after that day, you pay $100 change fee. So you have one day, log on online. You don't have to physically go over there. You can log on online. The process is pretty straightforward. And sign up for one class, or like I said, 10, feel like it. Some of the classes are in only. They also have some online classes, like the medical terminology class that I'm taking is 100% online. I expected it to be Zoom classes. It's just a portal into PowerPoint presentations and quizzes and stuff. So it can be as, free on time as you want to, or like the digital photography class is 3 hours of class twice a week. And then a bunch of homework that goes along with that, which I wasn't planning on. Late registration. So lab fees. So if you take any classes in the photo classes, about half of them had a fee. So for the digital photography one that I'm taking, there's a $75 charge for access to their printers, access to their computers. They actually have, and I don't know if I put it on here or not, I don't think I did. They have a room with all the special lighting set up. If you want to go in and take your own pictures in there, it's free access. So you just sign up and go in and take pictures whenever you want to in there. The printing is the same way. So basically, if you're in a photography class, you have to buy an ink cartridge for $40 and give it to the teacher. And then you can print as much as you want on their printers. So nice high quality photograph printers. So it's, you can go in there and print stuff. And what else in there? Oh, parking. So this is something that I would say almost required. So there, and you're going to see in a minute the map. It's a big campus. There's the great parking, which is way the heck out, and you have to take a shuttle bus to get in. That's $95 for the year, or $2 a day if you want to pay as you go. For the really good parking, $160 or $5 a day. If you don't want to pay for the parking at all, they have a free shuttle that runs around campus. They also have a free shuttle that goes down to St. John Center. So it stops, I know at the Publix down there, and I don't know how many other stores down there, but if you want to go park down at the Publix at St. John Center, you can get on the free shuttle so you can avoid the parking fees if you want to. So the circle is on top. Okay. So this is the campus, and you can, I just want to show this for the parking. See this gray lot here, or that gray lot all the way up to the top? That's the cheap parking. So the photo lab, where I have that circled in the middle, that's the arts building where all the photography classes are taught there, and there's a little lab right next to it. That blue spot is the parking lot. So if you pay for the higher fee for parking, you park there, you don't even have to go outside. You walk through a walkover and you go in there. So to me, I think it's worth it to pay the extra for parking. That red line is the one that if you want to get out the St. John Center, and it basically drops you off right by the house you're building too, but big campus. So this is just a list of the classes. I just grabbed this from the online, what they have listed there now. They don't have a major in photography. They do a minor in photography. So these are all the classes that they have. Anything from as basic as like the digital class that I'm taking. He spent 20 minutes. Here's how you work the tripod. Here's how you open a file in Photoshop. So it's a level of basic. And then down at the bottom there, that's like you want to open your own business. How do you set up your website? How do you get your stuff shown in art shows and stuff like that? So it's any range of stuff, basically anything that's going to have printing or experience with it, you're going to pay a fee. But if you take something like the art history class, it's just not art history, the photography history. You're just learning, so you're not going to pay a fee for it. So that you could do for completely free. And if you're in any one of these classes, plus anything that's design or art, including the free access to Adobe. For the process. This is actually relatively easy once you know what to do. Figuring it out wasn't easy, and I think they make it not so easy because there's too many old people in Florida, and they don't want everybody showing up and not having enough room for the kids in the class. I should mention that too. So when you sign up on the last day before classes, it's what classes still have room in them. So if the kids that are paying whatever they're paying, $20, $30, $40,000 a year to take classes, fill up a class, then you don't get access to it. You can wait list yourself, but then you do get it on those. So you may have to be flexible because right down to the end, you may not get into a class. Let's see. So you start off with, and there I have in the speaker notes on this, so the one that Terry's going to post out online, there's a ton of speaker notes in here, so all the links are in there. So you just go in and look, and it's like click the link, and it's going to take you right to where you would actually sign up for the classes. So you go in, basically driver's license, and it has to be issued 12 months before, showing that you're over 60 and that you're a Florida resident. They do have, so you can extra about vaccinations. So you have to have either the measles or rubella, get the vaccine, or get a blood test to prove that you've either had it or you had the vaccine in the past. If you don't have, so like me, it's like I said, okay, the doctor, if I did get that vaccine when I was 2 years old, he's dead. Those index cards are gone. How am I supposed to be proving this? To take the test on campus is $40 for both of the tests. If you go to Quest, because they don't care where you get it done, you go to Quest to get the exact same blood test, then it's $135. So to me, like, it gives me an idea, like anybody who's getting shots for travel, I would be picking these guys because and they're super friendly, easy to get into. You just call up, lots of appointments open when I did it, so easy access. But you do have to have proof of that. Meningitis and hepatitis, same thing. Waivers. So from a process perspective, most of the people in this club don't need super basic classes, and you'd be looking to take the more advanced ones. You have to get a waiver for the prerequisites. In the speaker notes, I tracked down the woman who's in charge of doing that. So there's a telephone number. You just call her in advance of registering. It's like, hey, I want to take this class. I have the skills needed. I don't want to take the prerequisites. And then she just sets it up in the system, calls back, you're it. So what the people in admissions told me is like, for the lifelong learning people, they'll give you a waiver for anything. They don't care because in the end, you're not getting the official grade anyway, so they'll waive what makes the class. Register online or in person. Online was super easy. If you do choose to go down there during that one day, it's crazy busy. So what the admissions guy told me, people start queuing up at 7 a.m. They don't even open until 9, and they're packed with people who don't want to do this stuff online on their own. It probably took me, I'm going to say 10 or 15 minutes, maybe, to do. And I was going super slow. It's like, this must be complicated if they have all those people, and it's not. So you can easily do this on your own in 10 minutes. And then just, so that was one thing I would say that I was figuring out the time commitment. I neglected to think about more time. The photography class consumes a lot of time and some projects that take pictures of this, and you have to demonstrate different photo techniques and read this and do an assignment around this. So the homework does take some time too. So for the next semester coming up starting January 6th, you have to have your application in by November 1st. So I would say if you're even mildly thinking about it, there's no charge to apply for it. So go ahead and stick the application in there, and then you can just decide anytime between now and beginning of the year if you want to. If you don't sign up, you just have to apply again next semester. Application again too, there's a link in the speaker notes. Pretty straightforward, just fill it out. Once you'll get a letter back that says, congratulations, you've been accepted. And then the rest of the stuff will start. So it'll be like, hey, you have to show proof of immunization. Hey, you have to upload your driver's license. So it's all the proof things, but it's very easy to follow through. And then I put the next semester in wrong. Ready for the next one? So this is, and this was something I didn't realize, I missed some email. When you get accepted, you get access into this My Wings. It's the Osprey bird thing, so they can pull everything, come to the nest and pull bird things that are attached to that. Everything you need is in here. So you've got an email account up at the top there. You scroll down that bar, like if you click into events, every week there's going to be 30, 40, 50 events going on. And you can just look, you can filter by, oh, athletic events, or I only want to look at art events, or I only want to look at science. So whatever you, and there's just tons of stuff going on campus all the time. This little thing, this canvas, is where all the communication between you and the teacher goes on. So if they want you to read something, they drop it in there, you get a notification, go out and pull your canvas and read it. So super easy to navigate around there. Right? Of course. Yes. They didn't know. So in the undergraduate school, they don't even have a major in photography. It's only a minor. Not that's included in the free program. Yeah, so that I don't know about the graduate program as much, but it's definitely not. So graduate classes are not included in this free lifelong program. So if you wanted to take a graduate class, you're paying for it. I can check. I don't know. I haven't even looked at the graduate classes because my photography skills, you can ask like a Woolley or any of the judges. I'm like at that bottom rung level. So I got a lot to learn before I even think about it. Yeah. Anybody else need to oh, you're welcome.